Now, he done had a few missteps in his career, y'all, but you cannot deny that this dude is still one of the best off-the-top freestylers of all time. What's going on, everybody? It's the Granddad of Granddad Wooly, and you are here again for another edition of CDK Studies. Today, we're going to the book and talking about a very dope MC out of Philly who's got about 10 plus years in this game, and he is mostly known for them bars off the top of the head, but he also got a few hits under his belt. He's called The Problem, he's called The Hustler, but most of all, we call this nigga Cassidy. So we're going to go up in the book right here. Talk about my one and only physical owned Cassidy album, because let me tell y'all right now, y'all, I'm not a huge Cassidy fan, but I do respect this dude, and he has got bars. And when it comes to Cassidy freestyling, I think he's one of the best to do it. I mean, he had the legendary battle with Freeway, which really put him on the map. But he's also been in battles with a whole bunch of motherfuckers. He's freestyle. I've seen this nigga freestyle for like just forever. This nigga just doesn't stop. And I was like, yo, how does this nigga just keep coming up with shit to freestyle? And he's always been that dude to deliver with some crazy ass punchlines and bars to make you just go, God damn, Cassidy, you still got a nigga. No matter what, you still goddamn got it. Now, the first album Cassidy dropped, I don't have, because let me tell you a story time already, y'all. So back in 2004, I think it was 2004, Cassidy came on the scene. He dropped his debut album. I think it was called Split Personality. And like, I knew about Cassidy, but like, you know, I really wasn't like too heavy into Cassidy, but I didn't know about the Freeway battle, which I thought was dope. So I think me and my fam, we were visiting my older brother. He was somewhere, I don't know where the fuck he was at. He was in like West Virginia or something. I don't fucking know. Some fucking state nobody fucking goes to. But we were visiting him, and we had to stay at a hotel because we were driving far as shit. And we woke up that day in the hotel, and 106 and Park was on. Well, I don't think it was in the afternoon we was leaving. Sometime when 106 and Park came on and the shit was still popular. But Cassidy was like the special guest on there, and he was dropping his album. And on the show, he did this dope-ass crazy freestyle. So I remember my sister's boyfriend was like, yo, I'm gonna go get that Cassidy album today. That shit sounds like it's gonna be fucking dope. So he goes and buys the Cassidy album, pops in the shit, and got... Everybody in that car was a little upset. Like, I'm just saying, like, Cassidy disappointed us all because that shit was not what we expected. Like, the first half of that shit was all, like, poppy, love, fucking radio songs. And we was like, yo, Cassidy ain't bringing no fucking shit that we know he about. And then the second half was, like, some sort of kind of bar-heavy shit. But it was like, yo, we was already pissed off about the shit. So, like, I'm glad I ain't spend my money on that shit. But, like, yeah, he was mad. He was heated for a good while about that shit. So I kind of passed on Cassidy. But fast forward to 1 year later, and then Cassidy drops the song that everybody knows when that shit drops. I'm talking about I'm a Hustler with the Jay-Z sample. That was the first song I think that was big where Jay-Z got sampled, and that shit was a fucking fire-ass song. I was like, okay, Cassidy, I see what you're doing. He had my attention, but it wasn't until he dropped the second single, B-Boy Stance, that I was like, okay, this nigga's on some shit. I think I might have to cop this album. And that album is none other than this motherfucker right here, I'm a Hustler. And this shit dropped back in 2005, and this is my favorite Cassidy album. My only Cassidy album that I own, but like, this shit is fucking crazy. It's 15 songs long, and it's like straight 15 songs of pure fucking fire. This is pretty much the album that we should have got from Cassidy out the gate, but I think Cassidy realized that like he got too influenced by like the fucking major labels and what, you know, a hit was. I mean, his first album did go gold and had a hit and shit, but like the real motherfuckers who fuck with Cassidy just wasn't fucking with it, and that's what this album was for here. You had tracks like the intro, The Problem versus the Hustle, where this nigga literally battled himself. He battled like the first album version of himself and this album version of himself, and he bodied his own self. He was like pretty much saying, yo, I know I fucked up first album, so let me diss myself before anybody else really goes too far in on it. And he pretty much he dissed himself pretty harshly, but yo, we felt the same way he was talking about himself, so it was all good. And you know, the Hustler won, and that just set off the whole album. And then you got songs like, of course, I'm a Hustler, B-Boy Stance, like I said, On the Grind. My favorite song probably on here, AM to PM. That shit gets me so fucking hyped. That shit is fucking crazy as shit. I also got songs like C-Bonics and Get 'Em and 6 Minutes, which is fucking crazy too. And this album just pretty much showcased like how dope Cassidy is as far as a lyricist and a punchline rapper is concerned, but that he also can make really dope hip-hop songs without having to really conform to just having to do a mainstream sound to get like hits and shit. Like, he really brought his own essence in this album. Finally, this is really what Cassidy was really about. And the features he got on here were fucking crazy. He had fucking Swizz Beatz, of course, because he was on Swizz Beatz label. Swizz Beatz gotta be on everything you fucking do if you associate with that motherfucker. But also Wayne was on there, Fabulous was on there, Mashonda was on that motherfucker. He had Nas and Quan and Raekwon. He had Mary J. Blige on the I'm a Hustler remix. Mario was on there when motherfuckers cared about Mario. I don't know if they still do. And as far as the production on here, that shit was fucking insane too. He had Swizz Beatz, of course, but also had Needles. He had Neo the Matrix. He had DJ Scratch, LES, Hot Runner. Shit, Chris and Drop, a whole bunch of dope motherfuckers on here, and all these beats on here were fucking crazy. Like, this was like literally one of my favorite albums, 2005, and I can still play this shit to this day because this shit is so fucking dope on a lyrical standpoint, on a production standpoint, and it's just like the redeeming album that showed that Cassidy could really make a banger album and didn't have to conform to the bullshit that the industry tried to put him on that first album. I mean, yeah, he got a gold plaque off the first one, but I mean, I bet every time he listens to that shit in that song, he's just like, God damn it, that's a tainted plaque. I didn't want it that way. That's not the way it should have been, God damn it. And if that album would go, then this shit by sheer dopeness should have just went platinum, but I don't think it fucking did. But let me tell you a little story time about this shit, y'all. So, like I said, this is one of my favorite albums of the year, 2005. And I remember when the album dropped, I was in Indiana, visiting Indiana, you know, that's how I do. And the day the album dropped, I went over to the Super Kmart, capped it for $9.99, and yo, I was bumping this shit like crazy. But literally 2 weeks later, nigga, I don't know what the fuck happened, but I got robbed for my Cassidy album. I don't know who stole my shit. I don't know who took my shit. But I was fucking heated because this was my shit for like every day I was bumping this shit multiple times. And I just woke up one day, I looked at my CD shit and it was not there. And I looked like 78 times. I asked everybody, everybody's like, I ain't seen this shit. I bet you haven't, goddamn it. I'm still heated about it to this day, actually. It's been fucking, what, 10 years? I don't fucking know. It's too many goddamn years to think about. But I was like, fuck that. I need my Cassidy album. So I went back to the Super Kmart and I got my Cassidy album for free. Let y'all think about that for a second. That's what it is. I ain't saying shit else. But yo, this is a dope fucking album. And make sure that you check this out because if you don't, you fucking up because this is one of Cassidy's best albums. And then he dropped some shit after that. I think he dropped B.A.R.S, which is the Barry Anthony Restory. That was a dope album too. And then he left like Swiss Beats label. And then he dropped something called Cash. I didn't check that album out, but I'm assuming it's dope. I mean, I don't know. Cassidy be dropping shit though. But I say check out his whole goddamn discography. But definitely, for me personally, I gotta tell you, you will not be disappointed with this album because this shit is fucking fire. But that's gonna do it for today's CDK studies, y'all. I hope you enjoyed me talking about my favorite album from Cassidy, who I think is a very slept-on MC. He's respected in the freestyle battle arena, but I think when it comes to albums and whatnot, he doesn't get his just due. And I think he's dropped a lot of dope stuff on the musical tip, especially with I'm a Hustler, the Barry Anthony Restory, the B.A.R.S album. And he's still making dope freestyles and dropping songs here and there to let you know that he's still dope to this goddamn day. So I definitely think you should check him out. And with everything that's going on in Philly right now, I mean, like, why not? All the attention's on Philly right now with the whole Meek and Beans shit, so let me throw some Cassidy up in there, too. Let's just talk about it all. Why the fuck not? Previous videos on the side, some fucking where you know what I do, as well as my latest single. Check that out, show us some love. And as always, Twitter, Facebook, SoundCloud, Instagram. Links in the description below. And subscribe. Button on the screen, button below, CDK studies twice a week, as well as Willie reviews. Check that shit out. And the gaming channel. And if you're into anything and you want your shit spotlighted, info below. Check out the Granddad Willie shirt, link below for that shit too. It's fucking dope. I own one. I mean, I have to because it's my shirt. Just buy a goddamn shirt, nigga. I'm broke. I need the money. So until next time I take my leave, Granddad, Cassidy, CDK study, motherfucker's dope, and he's got some good shit in his catalog, some questionable shit too, but yo, the nigga's got bars, and like, if he battles me, I'm not gonna win, y'all. I know I'm not gonna win. I probably wouldn't even show up unless I'm getting paid, because you know, they be making a lot of money on it low. I mean, I'll lose for a good 100K. I need that shit. I'm out of here.